Now, how do I exit mod view? This is way more information than I want.
Y'all to Thursday night, which means we are playing Deviant Future, a homebrew world and campaign that I built. So I will stop laughing eventually, but that was just really funny. So let's get first to the people. Since technically you're the one that I finally got as our title. Scarred, please say what you're doing.
Hi, I'm the Scarred Adventurer, and when I'm not here, I am doing things with Bravely Broken and Tangor Productions. Yeah, that's the gist of it. Look, I'm still clicking around on things.
Okay. Rory.
Hello, I'm Rory. I make music under the stage name DJ Raker. It's all on Spotify and probably other places. I just know Spotify for sure. Instagram in the chat as well for updates. Current project is something I'm kind of workshopping the title of right now. It's called Distant Lands. It's like an atmospheric kind of almost background music type thing. So if you like it, keep an eye out.
Ruth.
Hi, you know my name. She said it. What do I have going on? Oh, I am gonna be in. I'm gonna have one show playing once in the Fringe, which is pretty awesome. That's about all I know. And also, I have a kitty.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's visible.
Yes.
She's kind of asleep under my leg. But that's about it. I'm just happy to be here.
And Shadow.
Hello, everybody. I'm Shadow, also known as the True Shadowmancer. When I'm not here in the Deviant's Futures, you can find me Tuesday nights at the Deadlands game. Do I have the date right?
Yep.
Dates are starting to blur together. And Sunday nights for the Gorgeous Theta campaign. So come see us. I believe now 30/20, we have a game almost every night now, don't we?
I think
6 nights a week.
Except Mondays. It's the only day we don't have.
So come on down and give us a view.
Yep. Art for all the players on screen is from Hero Forge. And I think that's it. So let's get started. So Woodja, Grunk, and I think Jinx has finally walked back up. Or no, Jinx was there. Because they won the sparring match. So you guys see the portal open up. As it happens, you just see Dolly just essentially nope. They just walk away back into the library like, I'm not dealing with this. Nope. And the ferryman kind of gets an alert. You can kind of see his attention turn. I gotta go take care of this. And he kind of walks off and disappears. So out of this portal comes, and I'm gonna give it to okay. I'm giving it over to you, Scarred.
Yeah. Sorry, my computer is doing things that I'm not pleased with. Anyways.
So tell them what they see come out of this portal.
Out of the portal, you see a man about 6'6". You'd have to guess. He might be taller, he might be shorter, but it's just in the ballpark of around there. He steps out in full leather armor. just kind of buttoned up in such a way that seems to almost be trying to resist something. Like it's been trying to block something out from being able to get in. In a big, large helmet, and a large helmet that covers his face with green lenses. On him, he carries a crossbow, small hand crossbow, and a shotgun, which is surprisingly in the official rules. Anyways, he steps out of the portal, kind of brushes himself off, and looks at you. Looks around a bit more, trying to figure out where he is, and just searching for familiar faces.
So, of course, you see Would you Grunk and Jinx. You also see Adele still there, and Fenrir are also there.
At one of these people, I have instant recognition. In the way that I'm standing, because the mask doesn't show a lot of emotion, kind of shows a bit of a brief surprise and almost excitement, immediately cast back down into a fairly neutral honest of just, I'm here. And of course I turn to everyone and I go, hello.
So what's this? The C Squad?
No, would you like the long story or the short story?
I don't know which one gets us moving faster.
I'm from the future.
Bullshit.
All right,
No.
maybe a bit longer than that.
Okay, so while I am from the future, I'm not exactly from the future of this specific plane of existence. I'm more from the future of another universe in which events transpire differently and things are much, much worse than they are currently. And so I have come to this universe because that universe is all but dead to try and help out and stop this universe from ending up like my universe.
Right. So what, do we call you Cable or something?
Ah, that's a cool name, but unfortunately, no. And I wish I had a metal arm to go with it because I haven't in my vision of what you're saying, but no, unfortunately, my name is just Hati.
All right. This
And,
part is getting worse.
Yes, it
What
is.
happened in this other universe?
Well, is anyone here familiar with the transpirations of Ragnarok?
You'll see literally Adele raises her hand. The dog kind of looks just very uncomfortably towards everybody, just like, oh, or not dog. Fenrir looks very uncomfortable, being like,
So, long story. That guy over there points directly at Fenrir. Lonely and kind of on his own and angry at the people that had imprisoned him. Murdered a lot of people and kind of destroyed an entire realm. And then things just kind of kept getting worse and the angels came and then I'm not entirely certain what's different about this reality than the other reality than mine, but things ended differently and much
We
worse.
had angels here.
Okay.
I need to look at the wolf. Have you murdered somebody?
I take out the Hattie briefly just takes out a little notebook and starts writing things down. He then stops, puts away his small notebook, starts bringing out a larger notebook.
Fenrir using telepathy to you, would you? No? Well, yes, but I didn't end up killing a lot of people. Looks up to Adele. She and her dad kind of stopped me.
A soldier of fortune, how does that equate to your...
Only you heard that, would you? Because it was telepathically.
Not the Woodja knows that. How does that equate to your other universe exploding party thing?
Strangely enough, Hati heard some of this.
Mm-hmm.
He won't go into great detail, but he heard some of it.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't anyone to stop him. And he ate the Allfather and was promptly murdered. It wasn't a fun time for anyone.
All right. So then why are you here?
Because things in that reality were very bad, and I want to stop my dad from dying in this reality. You know, I feel like if I manage to steer things away enough, then those things won't happen. And my brother.
I don't exactly know a whole lot about, I guess, realities outside of this one. It's not really my specialty, but it sounds like it would work if you actually know what we need to do. Do you have any kind of plan?
Slightly.
Oh, better than nothing.
Or he's a con man and he's playing us all.
I mean,
Also a possibility.
he hasn't asked for money yet, so.
No, I haven't. I also don't know any of your names, so that would be useful too.
Can I insight check
Yes, you can.
with the bring up of trying to find insight? Oh. $23.
He's definitely hiding something, but what he's told you is true.
So he's being honest, but he's hiding something. Okay.
So, what's your deal? Other than the whole trying to stop everything else thing.
It's mostly that. I mean, specify deal.
Let's. Do we bring him back to the library?
Might
The
as
library's
well.
here. That's good to know.
Do you have any way of telling whether or not this guy works for the other guy or the guys you need him to work for, or is he a freelancer?
I think if we take him back, Gabriel could meet us and he can tell us if he's lying or telling the truth.
Sure, what's
Yeah, that's
another
probably our
distraction?
best bet.
Hooray!
And if he actually knows anything, then maybe he'll actually be able to read the map.
Oh, you have a map? That would be good. I do not know where I am right now.
Well, right now you're there, I'm here, and they're there.
Yes, this has really helped iron things out for me.
Good. Now we're going there.
Cool.
As you walk in, Hati, you get a message in your head from Fenrir. I don't know who you are. and I don't know what you're playing at. Stay away from her.
Who's her?
And he looks over to Adele.
I look over as well. Gotcha. I have no idea who that is.
Sure you don't. Sure you don't.
No, seriously. Like, who is she? And why does she have any importance in the narrative of this universe?
Just looks back. She's the one who saved my ass. Many, many times.
Oh, no. Oh, okay. So she's the factor. And just keeps walking.
Jinx is gonna keep a close eye on him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that no one really trusts or trust Hati at the moment. So as you all enter, Tamar comes from the back. She's cleaning her hands of a liquid. Actually, let's have you guys roll insight. See if anyone knows it.
18.
18 plus 8.
6.
26.
Yeah,
I'm
Jean's got
so
it.
bad at math.
It's 26.
Yeah, Jean's got this. And so does Hati. It's ichor, also known as Godblood.
Oh, that's a smell I haven't smelled for a while. Hey,
Well, that's icky.
you look a lot younger than you used to.
That's very rude to say to somebody. And you are?
That you look younger and therefore better?
I've never met you. Who are you?
Oh, I'm Hattie. Yes, things will make sense later.
Goes back to cleaning her hands. I've been trying to help your friend out, the one with the awakening sickness. I had some of this left over and I thought it would help, but they're still out. So, who's this? And why are they here?
We don't know.
This is
We're trying to
Hottie,
figure it out.
claims to be from another reality where all this went to worse hell.
Yeah. It's also like 80 years further in the future.
I don't know
It's
how.
not- Things aren't parallel.
I don't know how it could get worse. And
Well,
looks
I
over.
mean, enslavement as a general policy, destruction and genocide of almost entire species, and subjugation of the rest of them.
Oh, so what they're trying to do. Okay.
Yeah, they succeeded.
If you're being honest, then looks over to Adele. Why didn't you see this one? I don't know how I didn't see this possibility of happening.
Potentially because you weren't around in the possibility it did.
All right, now I know you're a con man because I am in every reality. Kronos and
mean-
Mara always get together.
Yeah, I don't know who those
Yeah,
people are.
well, what if the wolf ate you in that reality and that's why you're not there anymore?
I mean, I heard something about two giant celestial beings having a kid, and then the kid didn't really make it all that long. That's about as far as it goes. You know, closed doors.
Just, I'm gonna go get some air Tamara, you take care of them, and she kind of just leaves in a very rushed manner, very uncharacteristic of her.
Well, congratulations. You just
Okay.
made the
Jinx
snow
is-
queen.
Jinx is gonna quietly follow her out.
Look, not everyone survives in every reality. I mean, I don't exist in this one. More specifically, I was never conceived in this one, but or I haven't been conceived yet. I don't know. It depends on who you ask.
I absolutely.
Right. So based on what you're saying then, and the fact that you didn't know who any of us were, we don't exist in your reality.
I mean, you might have, but 80 years is a long time.
Yeah, he's got a good point there. I mean, I think we were also just kind of picked by luck, right? Like, who knows, some other group of random people could have been revived to, go do the weird higher beings work for them.
Technically,
They did say we were the B team, so
you
Yeah,
are the
exactly.
second group. All right. And she shows you again the map with all of the circles on it. All right. So your plan was to head to Deathfall, then to Neckmore, and then to Scorchville, correct?
yeah.
And
Got
come
a
back.
question for you.
Yes,
Been looking at this map.
of course.
This little place right here with the black circle just below where we are now. Is that the town we just came through?
Yes.
Huh.
The black circles mean that the angels have taken them over.
Oh,
See, now we know what one of the circles means.
so that means okay. That place is still up there. Okay.
So the angels have taken over those. Now, where's Lucy's places?
Lucy doesn't. I do love that name. Lucy doesn't have places up here. They're divided between his brothers.
All right. So who has the blue circles?
Oh, the blue is where the towers are located.
All right. Well, yeah, we were just in Darkborough. Okay, that makes sense.
Would you mind reminding me which circle is the one that has the Fenrir-like people?
You mean Asgard?
Yeah.
Those are red. Those are known groups, if you'd like to call them that.
Okay.
Entities that have been together and stay together, fortunately. Yes, Asgard is still around. It didn't fall when Ragnarok happened. Gabriel
Well, then
saved.
Ragnarok didn't really happen. But that's good.
Well, and according to Loki, when Ragnarok happens, the whole cycle starts over from the beginning again anyway. So,
Well, actually, Odin's son takes over.
which one?
Valdi.
That pipsqueak?
Yep.
I would not have guessed.
Haven't
that.
heard of him. All right. So, Red's Asgard.
Also, you're missing the moon and the sun in that one. It's kind of a bit of a... Things take a while to start up again.
Who's green?
Safe cities. Locations that we have put strongholds in.
All right. So I just use yellow and orange.
Yellow is where our battlegrounds are currently. Our fronts, generally fighting between angels and demons happening there. While orange is supposed monster sightings.
Monster sightings, like the thing that ate the tower back in
Correct.
back here.
Correct.
All right. Well, that's good to
All
know.
right.
Hey, At least it looks like
You'd
we
have
got
the
a
key
couple
to
of
the
safe
map.
spots. Couple spots we could stop on the way
Well, I mean,
if something goes bad, you know.
yeah, but how are you planning to get there?
The old-fashioned way. Well, actually, we're going to portal the death fall. If I look around for Adele. Is that right? Or did
She's still
oh, that's
outside.
right. She stormed on.
I think that was the plan. We portal
Oh,
the
Jinx
death fall
did
and
go
then
with her.
I'll get to you guys in a moment.
I just didn't remember if I said it. Sorry.
I don't know what we do after that. I guess we just have to walk the rest of the way or find someone else.
Why don't you just grab the train? It goes
Zip
through
us
the
around.
mountain.
Well, one, no one said anything about a train. And two, the last time somebody took a train, it was bad.
Yeah,
And-
that's
Yeah,
that's
but
a
you
good
use
point,
the
Ned.
subway. No one uses the subway. You want the above ground tracks. They exist here, right?
There are tunnels underneath the ground, but they're dangerous to use, and you're likely to get boxed in there.
I mean, yeah, but it's also faster. I mean, you get to a location within hours as opposed to days.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on what we find at Deathfall, right? If we find something that needs a bit more urgency to kind of put the rest of this puzzle together, then we can risk taking the tunnels or whatever it was. But if not, we might as well just take the safe route above ground.
Exactly. Weren't you one of the ones that took the train last time?
Yeah, not fun. Would not recommend it at all.
All right.
Like that's like a
So-
last resort in my opinion.
Yeah,
Since you have that experience, we'll rely on that once we get to Deathfall to figure out whether it's worth that risk.
Okay. I don't remember. Do you guys buy bus tickets here?
What's a bus?
Or no,
I've lived.
I mean tickets for like
like-
trains and buses. You know, just a safe. They're essentially. How to explain? They're tickets. There are slips of paper of safe passage.
Maybe you know that could be why what happened last time I took the train happened. You know, I never actually thought about that. I guess we'll just have to keep a lookout for someone selling these tickets.
Wizards.
I know there was someone trying to do something like you're talking about a bus, but it never quite survived the angels.
I mean, where is it? I might be able to fix it up a bit.
The angels made sure to destroy it because they got their hands on it.
And they. Let me reiterate what I'm saying. Destroyed or disintegrated? Because destroyed is fixable. Disintegrated is not. Crap.
They wanted us to have to go through their cities.
Huh.
They've been slowly taking over major trade routes.
All right. And now another note in the journal. You guys don't do public transit.
I don't know why that's funny. So, we're gonna cut with you guys and head over to Adele and Jinx. So Adele went outside basically to catch her breath. Jinx, as you're following, you can see her hands start to glow. So you can kind of tell she's getting anxious. She's getting very emotional over what she's been told.
Hey. Don't.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
You know, being cursed as
We're all.
being cursed as Elle's kid. You think I'd be used to surprises like this? Finding out that there's actually one with the angels? did their job.
That could be the case, or he could be lying.
Aye, that's true, but then why can't I see it? I can see literally every other timeline. That's kind of the good point about being a child of the god of time. I get to see it all like he does.
Yeah. There's definitely something that doesn't make sense. But we're in this timeline now.
Aye, we are. And I've got to get back in there. He severely bothers me.
Me too. Don't know what it is. Just
I don't like him.
that's all right. All we can do is keep an eye on him for right now.
Would you mind being kind of the one that watches him? I don't want
I don't
any of them
mind.
getting hurt in there because of some idiot who's thinking he can pull a long con on us.
Remember, I was sent here to babysit, so
Ed does have a way with that.
as my duties permit, I will keep an eye on him.
Thank you. I don't think I ever actually got to meet you. Ed's kind of secretive about his kids. Well, his adopted ones.
Yeah. I guess kids. I was gonna say his assets, but that's kind of a little bit grim.
That's the word he would like to use. Let's face it, he sees us like kids.
Yeah.
All right, let's head to Deathfall.
Are you good?
I have to be. I'm the one that they put in charge of you all, to protect you all. I failed once. I'm not letting it happen again.
If you need any help cooling off or with the task at hand, tell me what I can do.
Just watch the new guy. There's something about him that I don't like.
All right.
And you kind of see her shake her hands off, and effectively a blast of cold air gets flung out from them as she heads back in. All right. Who's ready to head out to Deathfall?
Hey, let's get on with this.
It
Let's
sounds
get
like
this
a good
party
idea.
Not wasting
started.
time.
I'm gonna ask Fenrir a question real quick.
All right. And Fenrir just sits there, very obviously moving himself in front of Adele.
Oh, I was planning to talk over there, but we can talk here.
We better be able to talk here.
Yeah, no. It's just, I was wondering if you knew a lady named Lauren Vita.
No.
Ah, you should maybe look her up. Okay, that's about it. Let's go.
So Adele begins to open up the
I
portal.
really hope she's okay here. It says under the breath.
We don't know much about this city that we're headed into, so everyone be on your guard. This could get really nasty. It is right by one of the battlegrounds. As she opens it, you can see through it a city that is built of effectively wood and mud and sand.
Just going to fly through the portal and straight up the height so we can get an overall view.
That's would ya?
Grunk pops out of the portal, hammer at the ready, just like immediately scanning for anything moving.
Jinx?
Jinx still, you know, to preface, she's always at like paying attention to. Sorry, could you say the name again?
Hati.
She's always sort of watching Hati, but also like making sure that there isn't any imminent danger. So she has her great axe out while also, keeping an eye on. Yeah, sorry. I'm very kind of disoriented right now and I don't know why.
Okay.
Hati's stepping through the portal. Not watching Adele, just kind of making sure that he doesn't step on toes.
Mm-hmm.
So giving her a little bit of distance, like respectable distance, kind of a.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Walks through the portal, then takes what would appear to anyone else just like a deep breath. Just to get a kind of an impression of the area.
Okay. So then it's Fenrir, and Adele follows after and closes it behind her. The place that you're in is arid, hot desert for miles. To the south, you can hear the sound of battle. So yelling, screaming, weapons being used. That is how close it is to this town. The town itself looks very plain and boring. There is a small bit of larger buildings at the very center that look older than the rest of the town. Excuse me. But you do not see the tower.
What are we looking for?
Well, we were looking for some kind of tower here. I mean, maybe with all the fighting nearby, it could have gotten hit by stray projectile or something. Could have got knocked over already. I don't know.
Okay.
Sarah, from my vantage,
Oh, that's
two
right.
questions.
You will be able to see it. It
Thank
is
you.
fallen over. It's almost like it's leaning against a couple of other buildings.
Okay. And can I see the battle from here?
Yes, you can.
How far out of the town is it? Rough.
About 3 days walk.
Okay. Then I'll come back down. All right. So all that noise we're hearing, that's going to be some kind of battle because it's about a 3-day walk from here to that battle. The tower is that way.
So is it destroyed, or could you see what happened to it?
It's leaning. Don't know
Oh.
if the foundation's bad, if it was built that way, or something hit it and it decided to fall over and the next building caught it.
Okay.
Well, in any case, it's not not exactly ideal. So let's get a move on.
Oh, so the
Hey.
thing we're looking for is in the tower, not just the tower itself.
Yeah, we're looking for some more documents, or
I
I guess not. I guess not more to you.
No,
We
they,
found-
they they would be firsts to me. What kind of documents are we talking about specifically? Are we talking more, um, just kind of like personnel files and notes, or something more along the lines of financial records?
Not. I don't think anything financial to do with the angels or whatever. Last thing we found was like experiment logs, so it's more just logs of events or experiments or something like that.
kind of will know it when we see it type of thing.
Yeah, not exactly easy to pick out. Annoyingly enough.
Well, you might be a little surprised. Let's go.
No, I don't think I'm gonna be that surprised.
So as you head into this town, you begin to see people that are robed. So everyone here is hiding their face. They are looking down, they are looking away, they are not trying to catch attention.
Is there anybody who stands out? Like, can we tell who they're not trying to get the attention of?
Just roll perception, I guess, or
Kind of
If we're
on
looking
top
for
of
it, it would be
that,
perception.
do any of the is anyone wearing robes that have like specific sigils or
no, these are all plain.
okay?
15 on mine.
Okay. Is that your
Perception.
what is your passive as well? Because they'll take the
14.
best out of it. Okay. Um
Yeah, I got a 6, and a 13 is my passive.
okay, I'll give you the 13 then. Is Grunk looking or no? And is Jinx?
No.
Okay. I'll give it to Woodja, because Hati won't see it. Woodja, they're trying to stay away from the tower.
Oh, isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting?
There's something about the tower that they're trying not to catch attention of.
And there is nobody else in town not in robes.
Everyone has robes.
Trying to figure out if we need to be in robes or no one's going to bother us if we just walk through town. But they're definitely avoiding that tower.
Well, I mean, if it depends, are we trying to blend in with the populace, or are we trying to go directly to the thing? Because if we're trying to go directly to the thing, which the populace is already avoiding, disguising ourselves doesn't help. If we're trying to blend in amongst these people and trying not to look suspicious, then blending in is the best way.
And that's what
I
I'm
mean-
trying to piece together here.
Yeah,
The last
I mean,
town
the
we
best
went into,
method would be to pretend we got lost.
without knowing how somebody or why somebody would get lost here, especially with a battle between us and the next city. And the
Yeah.
last town we walked into, well, we almost got, let's call it lynched.
I know that feeling.
So as you all are talking, you hear a bell ring and everyone scatters as two much larger robed beings come in from the battle, dragging a damaged angel and a damaged demon. And they are dragging them to the tower.
Just from like, do they pass like right by us?
Yes, effectively.
Okay. Uh, can I kind of discern if they're treating one any better than the other?
That would be. I'm trying to. No, they're treating them the same.
Okay, it's just both dragging. Okay.
Yep.
And then taking him to the tower.
Yes.
I'm not entirely comfortable with it, but I think our best bet is to go straight to the tower.
Yeah, probably.
Jinx, Grump.
What do you think are the
I
chances of
see.
us getting into a fight?
Don't know. I'm sorry, Jinx, you're about to say something.
Where can I potentially use locate object? Wait, no, because it would be behind total cover.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you can't.
How
Yeah.
close are we to the
It's not that
tower
far,
at this point?
honestly. It's the town's very small. It looks like everything has kind of been pulled in.
Okay. From where we are, would there be any wind, upwind or downwind from the tower?
It would be coming from the north. So it would
So
be
from
passing
the
right by
direction
it.
from the
Yeah.
direction of the tower. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah, I'm going to show myself a little bit here. I'm going to essentially use instincts. See if I can sniff anything that smells like ink and paper.
Weirdly enough, you do. It's not the traditional ink that you're used to, but it is ink.
Well, the thing's there, I think.
It does come from the tower.
I can just get the vague sense of it, though, not really the location itself.
Oh, I mean, at least we know this place isn't a dud, so that's something at least.
Yeah. I mean, I might try to sneak in.
Yeah, I'd say our
I'm
best
not
bet is to
horrible
try
at
and
that.
sneak. Although disguising ourselves is probably too much work for what we're trying to do here.
Yeah, a little
And
bit.
no one should go alone.
Yeah,
Who
definitely
can
we
move
stick
the
together.
quietest then?
Might be me.
Cool. You and I
But
should
guess
go.
we have to roll.
I'm literally just checking one thing in my.
I'm pretty stealthy.
You'd be surprised a big guy like me can be pretty quiet if I, well, a couple factors, but it can work out sometimes.
Okay.
I rolled a stealth check to see just how stealthy I could be. I got a 21.
I got a 22 because I roll with advantage.
Yep.
I wasted my nat 20 on survival.
That is fine. I will take it. I will make it work.
Hell yeah.
And would ya?
How many of them are looking towards the sky?
None.
Then that's the route that I'm going to take.
Okay.
It's easy to stealth if no one's looking at you.
Mm-hmm.
How about a 21?
Yeah, that passes very easily. All of you I'm hearing an echo. I'm trying to figure out who it's from.
I think it's coming from Ruth's end.
Okay, now it's gone. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you, Ruth. You all get into this tower silently. It looks exactly like the first one. Except it's all leaning.
Can we tell why it's leaning?
Yes. There are two beams effectively on the right side of the building that have been knocked out.
So it's falling.
Mhm. And as you walk in, you can actually hear the moaning of the building itself.
Oh, well, isn't that fun? All right.
Yeah, that's not great. I kind of sniff again. Just could you give me directionality? Is it up or down?
Down.
So we need to go downwards.
Yeah. Where did the angel and demon get taken?
Down.
Awesome.
Were they taking the stairs?
Yes.
Okay. Is there power in this building?
Yes. But it is flickery at best.
Yep. It only needs to open. I am going to very delicately walk over to what to normal people would look like an elevator, to adventurers, to metal doors. I'm going to go over to the panel and I'd like to use my tinkerer's tools
Mm-hmm.
to try and fix it up enough that I can open the doors.
Okay, go ahead. I'll let you roll for it. I don't know.
I got a 20 and a 30.
Yep. You fix it and you make it usable.
So this one takes us down. It's essentially a box that moves people. There's a slight chance it'll make a ding once we get to the bottom, but we can roll those dice when we get there.
Can we break the dinging mechanism?
Not from this side,
Hmm.
I don't think. I mean, we could also send it up, and then just travel down the chute. But I will say it's generally safer to just go into, I'm just going to use the word for it. This is called an elevator. It moves up and down. It helps move you to different floors without needing to use the stairs.
Not to be a dick here or anything, but I don't think your future was that far ahead of ours.
Oh, thank God.
These were in the
good.
last towers. There was just no power in the building, so we had to go down the stairs.
Okay, well,
There
good.
there wasn't even any stairs in the last one. We just had to.
I don't know your level of technological know-how on.
That's understandable. A lot of this is new to me too. I did not live in cities for a long time.
Yeah, this is a little less new to me. Still.
Oh, I mean, if you think it's got a good chance of working.
Well, like he gets on and just stomps on it twice. Should be fine.
When you stomp on it, it visibly goes like this.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
All of us?
Yeah, I mean, normally these things have a weight capacity of about 500 pounds, or no, 800 pounds. Or was it? It's a lot.
Well, I'm about half of that. The rest of you look not.
I'm about half of you.
Yeah. I
Don't
like
look
you
at me,
say,
I fly.
should be fine.
Okay, let's all get in.
Let's give it a shot.
And I just walked directly into the elevator.
Jinx will walk in right after.
Yeah.
waiting till the
Same.
turtle gets in.
I'd imagine it's like a couple slightly loud footsteps and then it goes up and
Yes,
down a bit, and it's
very large.
like, all right, what?
Jinx is ready to do
I
some
think we're
wicked,
good.
like Spider-Man landing. She's ready to jump before it hits the ground.
I am prepped to do a full splat.
Adele and Fenrir look at each
This-
other.
I don't
Look at
like this.
Woodja.
I don't like this. I get in the elevator.
Thank you, Siosa. Um,
Hey, how did you know my wisdom wasn't that good?
and as Woodja gets in, Adele and Fenrir just look at each other and go, "We'll go the other way. I don't trust this contraption."
No, I get that. And also, canines don't really like elevators to begin with, so let's do this.
So as the doors close in front of you, you hear going down as the elevator begins to go down.
Jinx goes, "Shut up."
There's a little
She
bit of
knows-
skittering from
She-
Hattie.
She knows what an elevator is. But she's just like, not right now. We don't need this right now.
No, there is no awful elevator music, unfortunately. But this is a very short trip as you guys get down there. It opens up into effectively office space. And it also opens behind you guys.
I'm going to sniff one more time. Is it further down still?
No.
Okay.
Effectively, this area, compared to the first one, is mostly office space. It's
Elevator
much less elaborate.
opens.
Yeah.
Jinx is gonna like put her back
Basement.
to Grunks. Cause I'd assume that like they're not like they're mostly all looking at the door that closed. She's just gonna turn around, put her back to Grunks, and have her great axe ready.
Right, if you're gonna do that, try not to move backwards anymore. You couldn't tell, the spikes aren't exactly friendly.
Yeah, at least I know what's behind me.
You
I'm
guys
gonna
get off.
sniff one more time, try to figure out which way I should exit out of.
There's only one way.
Oh, I thought you said there was a door behind and a door that opened in front.
Yes. But it's, you know those elevators that two doors?
Oh, okay.
Two door sets? Yeah.
Yeah.
Only one opens. There we go. That's where my brain was trying to explain.
That's okay. That's yeah. Then I'm just confidently stepping out, going, "See, it all worked wonderfully." Thank God we're not dead.
She just has her great axe out, like on guard for anything.
So as you're going down this hallway, you can hear screams of pain and agony alongside effectively what sounds like surgical gear or surgical instruments being used. Excuse me. So buzzsaw and other type noises, including a muttering.
So Civil War era surgery.
Yeah.
Sounds like those
Like
two are gonna have fun.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's some bristling coming from me.
There is power, right? You said
Yes.
kind of like iffy power.
Yeah.
I assume that means that there is some light, but not a lot.
No, the most light that you guys have is emergency lights, just like the first time, where it's all red and flashing, slowly flashing.
Okay.
So
That's
it's
fun.
ready as we move forward.
Well, where do we start? I imagine we
Well,
want
is
to
this
go
so?
towards the
Is,
noises last.
Well, there's forward.
this is like the last building. We got to find their, what do you call it, laboratory. And that's where we'll find the documents.
Sorry, I just realized I was muted. Can I now cast locate object?
Yes, you can.
Okay. I will do that. Deviant could be less slow.
Say that one more time.
Just gonna cast locate object. D&D Beyond just being slow.
Okay. I'll give you this. You get 2 of them.
Okay. In which directions?
They're in
Like-
the same place.
Okay.
Because as you're walking down this hallway, what you get is that, because there's one set of doors, and then further down there's another set of doors. It is the second set of doors where the paper,
Okay.
where what you're looking for is. The first set of doors is the one that's slightly cracked open, where the surgical sounds are coming from.
Okay. Okay. I have a dumb idea.
Ooh, tell me. I'm excited.
We have to be unseen, unheard. I think only 1 or 2 of us should go down there. If shit goes down, we have people on this side of the hallway. We can corner them.
Yeah, the crossline.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, does anyone want,
I volunteer to go.
Same here. Would you like a little hand with that?
Grump.
It's a little one. I can make you less visible.
Sure. She says,
And,
like slightly suspicious.
And I cast invisibility. And gone. That is the entire verbal component for his invisibility spell.
Okay.
Yeah, Grunk and I will wait here. Set up ambush if we need to, if anybody comes out after them.
And you guys finally see Adele and Fenrir on the other side. At the very far end of it, where there was another set of doors, effectively where the stairs coming in.
My apologies, my headset is dying. I have to switch. Please let me know if you start getting an echo.
Okay.
So I just wave, and then I stealth again.
Yeah. Do you want us to roll stealth again, Sarah?
No, I'm gonna use your guys' other stealth because it's really good. You get past the open door.
So we just get to
And-
keep our stealth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm figuring this is all part of the same encounter, effectively. So as you're passing by the doors, you can kind of get a glimpse in, and you see a makeshift surgery room. And that's what I will give you guys for that. As you continue down, the other double doors is another office space with just a bunch of desks that look all the same.
So I'm still using my sense of smell to try and track to narrow down until I get to exactly where I need to be.
And the object is still up.
Okay. So you guys easily find, and I will actually, I'm trying to think of what is the one to look for stuff. What would be the skill for that?
Option to look, investigation is to put together like a puzzle.
Okay, investigation then.
You'd like us to both roll investigation?
Yes, please. Add advantage.
25.
All right. And I can do
Dirty 20.
Nice.
Yay! Okay. So Jinx and Hati. Please tell me that you can see that.
In our journals?
Yes.
Is mine unredacted notes?
Yes.
Ah,
You both found the unredacted version of the notes.
Yay, handouts work.
It took me way too long to figure this out. And then I can give it also to Woodja and Grunk. Yay! That makes me very happy that I was successful in doing it. So, what you have found are the unredacted notes. So these are the ones they didn't have the time to redact. And if anyone wants to read them out loud, you are more than welcome.
Okay. Hati will be reading this. This is just in his brain, what it sounds like. Subject name, Michael. Gender, male, blonde. Hair color, blonde. Pale complexion. Eye color, red. Height, 182.88 centimeters. Weight, 113 kilograms, or thereabouts. Subject ability, angel with extra combat enhanced abilities. Subject has increased strength, speed, and endurance. Subject has retractable wings. Notes, in experiment 1, subject collected by the police. Subject found at the site of the veil drop. Subject is intelligent. Subject is able to speak. When asked, the subject was able to give dates and information on current events. Subject knows quite a bit of what's happening. Experiment 2. Subject able to create sword at will and has attempted to attack researchers multiple times. When asked further about information on the veil drop, subject begins talking about being known as L/Kronos. Experiment 3. Subject has become civil after higher up from timid showed up to talk to them. Subject has been giving us information and plans of what is next now. And plans on what is next now. Experiment 4. Subject has been released from custody and placed within timid as instructed. More notes have been made below. Notes. Michael has assisted timid and he has met L/Kronos himself. He's able to talk with him without being near him. And he knows his location. Michael has been informing us the names of the other subjects that may be coming to Timid and L/Kronos. These are in the order of threat level. Adele, daughter of El and Mara. Oh, this is good. I need to know this one. Built as a weapon of mass destruction. That's not great. She is necessary in releasing L/Kronos. Okay, not really happy about that one either. She has a weakness of caring for others. Hurt them, you hurt her. Oh, okay, that's not great. Gabriel, no location known. Not great. Samuel, assumed deceased. Emil, assumed deceased. Cecilia, assumed deceased. Raphael, V1, assumed deceased. Raphael, V2, asset.
Say,
Yeah.
while he's reading these, but she is watching him.
We got like 10 pixels of that entire sentence.
Yeah. I got that you're watching him.
Yeah, that robot is pretty badly there.
Should I keep reading?
We got that
Okay.
Jinx is watching though.
Raphael, V2 asset, and I don't care. Loki, location known, not great. Valley, assumed deceased. Ha! Okay, unknown others. Like there's a literal chuckle when he reads the Valley, assumed deceased. Gabriel, archangel created by L/Kronos, only has one full brother, Raphael, V2. Half siblings, Michael, Uriel. Adoptive siblings, Serial, Raguel, and Remiel. His 3 children with Mara in order of Emil, Samuel, and Cecilia. All children are dead. Oh, that's not great. Adoptive child, Adele. Oh no, weakness is also Adele. Okay. Loki, ice giant, adopted son of Odin and Freya, has multiple children, all either dead or no longer threats. Lowest of threat levels, since seems to be more of a nuisance now. If only they knew. Tamara, daughter to Poseidon, an unknown female. Diplomat, has children, unknown names, is not a threat. Also, they don't really know who that is. Fenrir, unknown parentage, says you. Wolf, annoying, not a threat, also says you idiot. Those are the individuals coming after Tim and our work for L/Kronos. We have plans to attack if they ever make it to our main facility. L/Kronos is located at the bottom of the Black Ocean. We are figuring out how to reach him currently. If all goes well, our father will be safe again and ruling. May Kronos grant you many minutes. Oh no, that sounds terrible. We're not in the main facility, are we? I really hope we're not in the main facility, because if we are, then we are leaving now. Really don't want to say. I will say that out loud. That we should leave now. This is a bad thing if we are in the main facility. If we're not in the main facility, we're fine. But I choose to err on the side of horror and fear. So let's go.
We each have a set of these documents now, so we're done here.
Yes, we are done here. It's weird. In my ears, you're coming in all garbled. And
have you tried turning yourself on and off yet?
Well, I feel like that would require a content warning for the thing that we're doing. But no, I don't really plan on turning myself on and off again. I mean, I can, but no, I don't think any of us want that. I mean, me and feet, that's a mistake.
Okay. Pardon me. Real world tip, Ruth, try to unplug your mic and plug it back in again. It might just be because it's headset.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's my mic because they're
Yeah.
also sometimes
Yeah.
Internet then packet loss. That's awesome.
So, as you all have successfully found it and begin to leave, you can hear the noises from the surgical suite get louder.
Okay, someone should close that door, and I might, I mean, depending on if they're planning to leave soon, I'll just heat up the doorknob.
I know that.
This might be a bad idea. Well, before I say anything, for the purposes of something I can do, does a closed door to a room make it count as a container.
Kind of,
Okay,
technically.
cool. Because there's two ways I can do that. There's just one that might be funnier than the other.
And yes, it was a very good idea to throw up the content warning for if they go into that room.
Yeah, I was just making a terrible joke. Thank you.
No, that room is a content warning all on its own.
Do you say any of this? Because Hati's just kind of leaning out the door, kind of, you know.
Yeah, alright, it's time to go. Seems like.
Are we going back the way we came or the way they came?
I'm looking at where Adele and Fenrir are.
They have not moved.
Yeah, I'm weighing my options. I think it would be best to go with them so we can all travel as a pack.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, group, definitely not pack. That's not how Hati thinks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Do we have to go past that surgical door to get to where they are?
Yes. Grunk and Wodja does. Do.
Okay,
Well,
I'm gonna walk over and try to carefully close it.
Roll me stealth.
You got it. And I still get advantage on this. Thank you, armor. 12. Crap. Didn't matter.
Yeah. As you're closing it, you can kind of hear the door going. And
WD-40 their door.
and you can hear from inside a voice coming out. Now, that's not what I need you to do right now. I need you to stay open.
I close it even faster, and then I cast heat metal on the doorknob.
And from inside, you start to hear banging from it. Open this up. I need to come out.
What? No, come on. I mean, like, you haven't even tried the doorknob yet. It might be totally fine.
Thanks from behind is like motioning for Grunk and Woodja.
how would you know what I look like drunk?
Still very confused, but okay.
They'll take 13 fire damage if they try to open it.
Yeah, they're the voice that you heard will not. But what will are the two larger individuals that open the door. You kind of just hear like a roar. There's no discernible noise from them.
Jinx is motioning to the others, waving them over.
And the door opens up. And
No, please, would you? After you. This is quite entertaining.
Hati, you have come face to face with two large zombies. These are patchwork creations of angels and demons and other entities being sewn together.
You hear a gurgle from Hati's stomach. So you're offering me lunch now?
And the one is just going to reach down and grab you, or try to grab you.
Yep. What's the rule?
Just can I just roll? How do I?
Well, a grapple attack is athletics resisted by either athletics or acrobatics.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how to roll
Ah,
this. How did I mess up so bad?
Should I just roll my acrobatics now?
Yep, roll acrobatics.
Actually, I'll roll my athletics. 20. Dirty 20, but still.
You get away.
it's 2 dirty 20s.
Yep. Yeah.
Are there
Man, if only we were gaming too.
Yeah, they're far too slow to actually grab you. They're too big and too slow to do anything.
are they like obstructing the hallways now?
There's one that has come out. The one that opened the door is kind of going like this to their hand.
But
Do
then
we
now
have
we
to roll initiative?
Huh? Yes. Roll initiative.
Another dirty 20.
I forgot to bring up the initiative tracker.
I can roll again.
No. I got it. It's okay. Because everything on my site is not working, and that's okay. I can fix it. What did Jinx get?
10.
Okay.
Jinx
sorry,
got
no,
an
Jinx.
18.
Okay. So, Hati's first. I guess you technically went already, though.
No, that was
No.
just a reaction.
Okay, so yeah.
So very, very kind of, not slowly, but kind of slowly, just pulls the shotgun off from his waist.
Mhm.
And just kind of closes his eyes shut and rolls to attack.
Okay.
23 hit.
Oh, 23 hits.
I mean, I rolled the lowest possible, almost the lowest number possible I could do for damage, but still.
Yeah, 23 definitely hits.
It's only 9 piercing damage, though.
Yeah. That, trust me, that still is enough. Oh, yay, thank you. Jinx?
All right. So, how bad is it?
What do you mean by how bad is it?
The glitching.
It
Oh,
sounds fine right now.
Oh,
it
you're
sounds
fine
good
now.
Oh, awesome. I just had to shut up for long enough. All right. So, I am going to first channel divinity. I believe it's Touch of Death.
Okay.
So I can deal an extra 17 points of necrotic damage, ignoring resistance.
Ooh.
Okay.
But that is all of my attacks that do necrotic damage.
Okay.
But first I have to roll the hit.
Yeah.
$22.
Hits.
Awesome.
I will tell you guys, they're not hard.
I am in a little bit of trouble, though. This doesn't count as killing a creature.
Would this also count as sneak attack?
Technically, yes, it does. For Jinx.
Okay. I have so many damages to roll on this. So that
What?
is a 10 from the D12 plus 4
14.
slashing. Yeah. Plus 4 fire plus 6 sneak attack damage plus
This-
17. That's 41.
You killed it. It just goes down. It crumples. The other one is still behind it.
Do I have more than one attack? Probably not.
Next.
Oh, wait,
Woodja?
I do have 2 attacks. That's not important.
Yeah.
Later.
Yeah, I only have one.
Yeah. Woodja? The second one has stepped out. And
All right.
you can tell it's bad. It is not doing well.
Wait, no, because there's others in front of me
Oh,
before I
actually-
can really.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. It's actually Grunk. I'm having to do this all by hand, y'all.
Oh no. Um. ah, just go with the tried and true. He's just gonna run forward and swing away with the hammer.
Okay.
Dirty
20
20.
hits.
And second 17.
It's dead. It is dead. It just crumples.
No, those were just to hit.
No, those were just
Oh, wait, that was
those
just a
to see
hit?
if both swings hit. Yeah.
Yeah, both hit.
Okay, nice. Oh,
You should
awesome.
be able to click on just Warhammer itself, and it should roll those 2 for you.
Oh yeah, true. It's got the extra button there. Oh well. And then so 19 total damage.
Yeah, it is down. And from inside the room, because now we are out of battle or out of combat. No. Those were supposed to be better than the last ones.
Hati is going to walk up to whatever crazy doctor thing this is.
This is just a human that you can see has been basically going insane. He has not left this building in a while.
Yeah, I'm going to have to
Really?
do something that I'm not supremely pleased I'm going to have to do.
Woodja also goes into the room drawing his rapier as he enters.
After Hati recognizes that he's just going insane
Mhm.
and will likely have no useful information,
He does put his hands up. Wait. I'm just here to get understanding. I just want to understand these creatures. You see, one of them got inside my head.
yeah,
it
look,
showed me things.
stop. See, this isn't really a my decision. I mean, my name literally translates to "he who hates." So, gonna have to kill you, bud. And then just puts both hands on his face and the back of his head, and just twists it all the way around.
And Dr. Lewis is dead. He falls to the ground as Adele and Fenrir come into the room. Adele looks and goes, "Oh, I think that's the guy that I kind of messed up when I first woke up."
Well, then his death is on your conscience, really not mine.
I really don't care about. I don't care.
Cool. High five for
And
sociopathy.
just turns away.
Puts a hand out.
Yeah, does not return it. Does not even like look like they return it.
I just put my hand down disappointedly.
But Fenrir does walk over and boops your hand.
Thanks, Fenrir.
What is going to the two fallen?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, my brothers. I could not free you.
So this is the content warning I was saying before. Inside here, you find the bodies. Well, they're not quite bodies yet. They are alive. Of angels, demons, other entities that have fallen on the battlefield, that have been dragged here against their will, and have been experimented on by Dr. Lewis.
You say they're still alive.
Yes.
Then I free them.
Do you leave after freeing them?
They're angels and demons.
Because they're just going to go back to fighting.
What they do after they're free is their own free will. Being here is not.
Real quick,
Mm-hmm.
can I just do a quick scope of the room to see if Dr. Lewis left any like extra notes and like anything that could be
Absolutely.
like, remotely useful?
Yes. I don't have anything ready, but I will give it to you.
12 investigation. So
Okay. Yeah, I'll give you this. You find a sheet, and it gives you a name. And weirdly enough, Hati will recognize this name. And it says, Narfi is alive.
not getting anything from this one.
He is
He
not
passes it
hiding that
around.
he does. I do not hide that I recognize this very well. He's kind of okay, yeah.
Is that important? Like what? Should we be worried about that?
You know, what's important, what's needed to be worried about is always up to debate.
All right, here. How about this? Is that something that you are worried about?
Yes. Dang it. I was trying to
Huh.
lie.
All right, and I'll take it that that's not exactly a good thing.
Well, you know, it's I don't really want the it's sort of it's I'm weighing how much I give away. My dad killed him, and he's my uncle. He's supposed to be dead and may come seeking vengeance against my dad. If and my dad should exist within this reality. Rather not have him fight.
I was muted again. Who is your dad?
I think you
She
have
like
to tell
says
us
with
now.
a like tilts of the head.
Well, I'm not. Um, um, let me talk to the Fenrir for a moment because I just want to ask: do I smell familiar?
He perks up and he looks to you and yes, that's why I told you to stay away from her.
Yeah. Now, tried putting some things
I'm-
together about why I smell like you and who Narfi is.
Yes, I killed Narfi.
And what did I just say?
They don't know who I am,
Cool.
especially her. Do you understand?
Ah, cool. Yeah.
Jinx is just
Well, I
looking
was
at
never.
this
Well, that guy was never my dad. My dad was the devourer. He who ate the Allfather.
insight. Just because.
Yeah, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Keep in mind, I have the +8.
29?
Huh?
What did you say?
I will actually have.
I do have a
Hati.
+8.
I also have Hati roll deception.
Oh, I'm not even gonna bother. I'm just gonna.
No.
I'm staring directly at the wolf.
That was a natural 20.
Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered. There
You
is some
get-
direct staring at the wolf, and the wolf staring back at me. Because I look at you, and he looks at me. Sorry, that's that one.
Yeah, the wolf is essentially just like I don't even have a.
Jinx looks at Fenrir.
I don't even have a girlfriend.
Yeah, no, you see, this is because that lady, I still don't know her name, kind of seems to be the key to things not all falling apart.
Let's have this discussion elsewhere.
You know, anywhere is fine. It's just yeah.
And Adele looks around at the. Let's go set up camp outside of town.
Yeah.
We'll have an actual discussion there.
Yeah, you know, maybe somewhere where people aren't moaning and groaning and still kind of waking up. Yeah, might be a good idea. Because I mean,
So-
if they heard, I maybe have to kill all of them.
So as you all leave, they slowly start to get up behind you and restart fighting in whatever gruesome way they are in. As you head out of town, you realize that all of these entities in robes are the zombies that Dr. Lewis has created.
Well then, with the animator dead,
If the animator dead, they'll probably just wander around forever.
unless they're given a purpose.
I mean, you can stay and do that. I've got family stuff to work out.
Yeah, you do that.
I'm imagining because Adele's kind of leading this because she's just like, nope, not dealing, nope, I don't do family drama. I do not do this. She sets up camp for you all and just goes, you all talk. I have my own problems to deal with, and kind of just goes and sits outside of the camp to keep watch.
Jinx is gonna kind of like also stay to the side and kind of watch.
Okay.
Not much for dealing with family issues either.
Would ya?
We're just gonna go find some zombies and convince them they have better things to do than wander around aimlessly.
Yeah, it's not hard.
Come, my brothers.
You essentially now have an army of zombies. Now. And Grunk. Before I get to the last scenes.
I'm not entirely sure what he's doing, because these discussions are interesting, but also I think he would just find it so funny to watch Woodja gather up all of these zombies.
I mean, what's the best way to gather zombies? Is it to
I don't know. Would you?
Uh,
Is it just to talk to them, or
Oh, I'm going to talk to them. I don't dance for the monkeys.
okay?
yeah, he'll just stay at camp and kind of
watch
like
things unfold?
yeah.
Yeah.
Observe.
So Fenrir and Hunt.
I got to tell Loki I've got a dead man's party.
Okay, I don't know who Eggy is, but they're gonna kill me. So, who's starting this conversation?
It's literally going to be starting. Do you want to start the talk, or should I start the talk?
You're gonna have to start this one because I don't. Very confusing.
Yeah. Look, this is post who you were. You were never him to me.
You have to understand those things I did.
No, the things you did there are different than the things you did where I was.
I can imagine.
I mean, we helped.
Probably because I was following what Loki said in trying to prove that we're not all mischief makers.
No, you were kind of getting back at Odin for locking you up and chaining you forever with the Glepnir.
Yeah, I did kind of attack and kill berserkers after getting turned into this, but
Yeah, no, you kind of wiped out half Asgard.
yeah, that's kind of how the
Suitor
story's
did the
supposed to go.
rest. Then you did this really cool thing where you ate the sun. I sort of ate the moon. It it is not. It's a rock. It's not great.
So why did you come here then? Are you
Because I'm the last, essentially. Skull is dead. You wouldn't know who he is either. That was your other son. You were kind of wiped out as a part of a large scale genocide against our kind.
Oh. Berserkers?
Devourers.
Oh. So you can also, and you get the feeling that he would, if he was human, would be pointing at himself, effectively saying, you know, so you can switch back and forth.
With a decent amount of effort. My thing is kind of I kind of let someone experiment on me a little bit, so I turned from just kind of gestures to what is more akin to what people might consider a lycanthrope.
Oh. You. Okay.
I mean, yeah, um, it was the only way to really escape the genocide of our people. And then
So then why are you really here? Just to get away or to help us?
it is to help you, and I don't like being alone. I don't like being on the run. I don't like hiding all the time. And
Fen-
honestly, I miss my dad.
Fenrir walks over and puts his head on your leg. You're not alone here. And although I'm not him, I can watch after you like I am.
No, you you're the him I wish he was.
That's
You're
because of Adele.
I know the isolate. Oh, that's her name. Okay. I just
Did I
the,
tell you the story about the Samhain ball when I was
no,
here?
I only just met you.
Well, I didn't know if I told you as him.
Well, from your experience, you were alone. There wasn't anyone else there.
I was.
Your story is going to be very different than what
Mm.
his story was. And I know
Magnes
that.
still bullied me. Told me to go home, and I bet he did. I stayed. And she showed up.
No, you stayed there too, but it wasn't great.
Even after Elle kind of made her abilities show up without really any cause, just to get back at her.
Yeah.
I was there for her.
And I'm glad you were, because that in turn meant she was there for you. It's just I never got that experience. Skull and I were raised as warriors. We were raised to be monsters.
Sounds like
And
I was a monster.
we all were. We didn't know what else to be.
Okay.
It's taken me a lot of years to be able to be what I am now. Also, mom's a nice lady. Don't worry about her.
That's probably not a thing here.
No, she might. I don't know. I mean, there's just a decent chance you never met her. Because, you had a good relationship with someone else. Granddad didn't make you feel like didn't feel like you needed someone with you. I mean, she kind of used you, and then you kind of used her. It was just kind of a not great situation.
Yeah, that's very different than here. You are welcome among us. I will make sure to speak with the others to explain. Just don't
Just say the minimum. I mean, you've always been Fenrir. You've never been the other guy. And also, you were chained up pretty young in my reality.
Was here as well.
Yeah. Odin was
Trying to
prevent Ragnarok. He caused it.
by creating berserkers.
That's part of it. A big part of it was also the fact that you wouldn't have gone after him had he not gone after you.
I kind of killed his experiment.
Just good.
I also shattered whatever shard they were using to do this to us.
Which is good. Here, that means no more of us can exist.
Correct. But that also means I had to find my own way to change back.
Yeah, I mean, I could get you my way, but it's not great.
I'm waiting. I'm afraid if I show up as the other guy, she'll get scared.
Yeah.
I think those memories were still purged. from
That's
her.
good. Oh, then I can probably take this off. Just clips off the helmet. I've been told I have your looks. And you see a handsome-looking blonde man with white streaks through his hair and some terrible surgical scarring across his face. And some battle scarring.
Cutting to
But-
Jinx and Adele.
Maybe let's go for a little walk. And
You see the tail.
sorry,
start.
Hati steps forward, letting essentially the clothing seem to meld into himself. There's a large white wolf covered in runic markings. Stands with his father.
You just see the tail go.
Yeah, it's not the only one going.
Over to Jinx and Adele. So what did the documents say?
Just pull them up here. I'm sorry, that was meta. I was staying in character, but I just really need to pull them up because I remember.
Your sound's clipping again. That's why I was like, oh no.
Oh, I just makes sense.
Does anyone else hear it?
Very, very robot-y.
Yeah.
I literally don't hear the voice at all.
Okay.
Oh no,
It's a bit better.
How many different tabs do you have open right now?
3.
Do you have Twitch
Okay.
open right now?
Okay. I think it sounded well enough that I can hear you.
She just pulls them out of her bag. No, they didn't have to blur.
Yeah, it just got worse.
Yeah.
And we will find out what happens between them next time. Sorry.
We can just do this scene next time. This can be the scene we start with. Yes, I understand. Yeah. So yeah, we'll drop the curtain on Fenrir and Hati going for a walk, because that is very honestly very sweet. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna have to hope I'm gonna have to hope that one day I can read chat while I am also DMing. No.
No, you're not supposed to be reading chat right now.
So thank you to chat. Thank you guys to the players. Ruth for bringing Jinx, who is honestly this. I love Jinx. Hopefully we'll fix your audio. Shadow, thank you for bringing Woodja. I love that he now has an army of zombies.
I have plans for these people, you know.
Rory, thank you for Grunk. We're going to get to see more of him and see more relationships for him. And thank you, Scarred, for bringing this very interesting character to the world. I know you're disliked by most of the other characters, but hopefully, maybe. Yes, I know chat. I know chat misses Obi. It's okay. Obi
Yeah.
is not dead. He is sick. He is horribly, horribly sick. Who else I missed? Thank you to the people watching in the future. If you liked it up to here, please hit the like button and subscribe. Because Kevin is really, really bad at putting these up. Have I forgot anything else?
Remember to thank our wonderful
Karis.
producer.
Oh, yes, that is right. Thank you, Karis. The problem is that I can't see. Karis does not have video up, so I can't see them. Thank you so much for being so awesome and being no, don't ban me. Both in chat and as a producer, you are awesome. So thank you guys again for watching. And please have a good night. Night, y'all.